Today I'm joined by our women's lacrosse captains for this year. We have senior Erin Mikson, seniors Emma Coleman and Kaitlyn Waystack, and junior Jordy Fenton. Thank you for being here to talk women's lacrosse, all. I think you guys have sort of probably a unique perspective on how things have shaped up this school year because you didn't have a season last year. I don't really want to dwell on that too much, but I'm definitely sort of curious, when you got back in the fall, first off, how did it feel to be back with your team? And secondly, how was it sort of trying to keep your focus, knowing that you saw a lot of your fall friends not having their seasons at that moment? And I don't know if that planted a seed of doubt whether you would also have a season. And maybe we could sort of start with Erin on that one.
Yeah, I think when we got back in the fall, for me, just seeing everybody on the field, it gave some sense of normality to life. And whether, we had masks on and we're in pods, not with everybody, it was still, we were doing something that was taken away from us. So it was just an overall great feeling. Looking at the players in the fall who didn't get their season, it definitely makes us nervous back then. Question like about us again. But I think the school did a really good job of keeping the rules in check and making sure everybody was getting tested weekly to allow us to be here right now less than a week before game day.
Yeah, coming back in the fall, like Erin mentioned, it definitely gave us a sense of normality a little bit. Even though we were in those small pods, we were still able to be out on the field with our teammates and kind of get that hope that we were having a season. And even though there was so much uncertainty, it was something for us to hold on to and keep everybody motivated that hopefully we'll be playing our season. And this is something that we all need to kind of focus in on and get where we need to be for the season.
Yeah, it was definitely a little weird coming back and a little frustrating being separated into pods and not being able to see each other each day. But at least now that they're testing us 3 times a week, so allowing us to travel and play games, it's definitely giving us a lot of hope for the season. And I know when we were shortened in the fall, it kind of planted a little seed of doubt, but right now it's looking strong.
Yeah, I think I just add to that, like being a part of the SAC meetings as well, I was able to hear sort of like what they had been planning. And it was nerve-wracking a bit to hear like that other things are being canceled and that winter sports are being canceled, but that whole time knowing that they were focused on keeping spring sports in mind because we had lost that time, that they were really focused on getting that back for us. And here we are now, like Erin said, a week into it, and we've got things really looking good for us here.
So sort of along those lines, and I think maybe we go reverse. We'll start with Jordy on this one. Just mentioning that you had been in pods. At what point in the year, were you able to start practicing all together? Because I think you're able to do that at this point. But at what point were you able to start doing that? And while you don't have a lot of new players on the team, I imagine it sort of felt like a fragmented team at that point. At what point were you able to start getting everyone together and make it really feel like a cohesive unit?
It was definitely like, it was hard to get that cohesive part down, especially because we were practicing throughout the day and had different pods throughout the day. So coach was sort of doing this back-to-back schedule. I think for us, you guys can correct me, I think we started up as a full team late October, early November, just before we were sent home. So we really didn't get that much time really practicing as a full team. And I think that would have been the time that we could get that total team cohesiveness down. But I think we did a good job over break, getting things together and doing team activities over Zoom and even like little workout pods together, that helped us a little bit more to get there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It was definitely weird not being able to do our normal team bonding activities and seeing our team outside of practice and everything. But like Jordy said, over break, we were trying to do different challenges and staying connected over Zooms and FaceTimes and team activities that we could do with COVID. And then being back, we're still in separate pods for lifts, but now that we can practice as a full team and we have our first scrimmage coming up, which is exciting. But it's still kind of weird that a lot of our teammates have never played in a real college lacrosse game before. So we're still kind of trying to find that balance of playing as a unit and seeing how each other works on the field. And I think that we're definitely getting there, and I'm really excited to see where we'll go.
Yeah, even the sophomores, like Kaitlyn was saying, haven't even played in the game, and obviously we had a shortened season last year. So, and Kaitlyn and I were abroad in the fall, so we haven't even really played with the sophomores for a full year. Even we were in full team practices a week and a half ago. We started, so we've had like a total of 3 weeks of a full team practice. So it's kind of strange, but it feels good to be together right now.
Yeah, like everybody said, we have been shifting from full team to then break to then back to pods. And I think it's almost kind of like a little sense of a game day, if you would, as we progress through pods, because you kind of get comfortable with your pod and you learn with them. And then maybe 5 more people get joined and your pod gets bigger. And it's kind of like, okay, I need to work with these people now. And then now we're full team. So it's like, oh, I have now 26 other people I need to learn to work with. And so it was great watching everybody kind of develop slowly in their pod to a bigger pod.
How do you all see? Well, actually, no. First, I feel like I should point out, Kaitlyn and Emma are roommates. They didn't just decide we're going to be in the same room, take our masks off. So certainly, in terms of optics, right now, I feel that's important to point that out to folks watching this. But as the leaders, as captains, as leaders on the team, how do you see the role you play this year in trying to get that team together and trying to, impart to roughly half of the team or so that hasn't played a full season of college lacrosse what you need to do, how you prepare, not just game day preparing, but making sure you're all set for classes a couple days in advance if you need to miss a game or miss a class for a game, things of that nature. Have you found yourselves, in different roles this year as those leaders?
Yeah, I mean, as we've gone along this year, it's obviously weird with COVID, but you don't even think of the little things. Like we were talking how like all the sophomores haven't even traveled on the bus, like they don't even know the bus routine, and we have all the freshmen asking us what are these absent class letters, like nobody really knows what's going on, and there's always a new message from Quinn every day regarding like COVID guidelines or anything. But yeah, it's definitely, we've all had to step up a lot this year because there's a lot of new rules even for us and the juniors that we need to adjust to this year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's definitely been a little difficult to navigate kind of the rules and what we can do and what we can't do. And again, we haven't been able to do our normal like team bonding, like getting off campus or having team dinners or anything that we usually would be able to do with a team. So I think that as leaders, we've had to really step up and find creative ways to follow those guidelines, but also get to know the new players and have everybody kind of connect and make those connections that we normally would have by now. But like Emma was saying, like on and off the field, we've definitely all been there for each other and trying to figure out how we can go about this and I don't know, be good teammates, I guess.
Yeah, I think too, going off of Emma and Kaitlyn of new rules and everything, like we're kind of all in the same boat. It's not so much, oh, the seniors and the juniors kind of have a better understanding. And so we kind of really drilled in like mental health this year and making sure like checking in after practice, before practice, making sure everybody's, in the right, mental state to, show up to practice and put the work in, and allowing people to take a step back from practice if they're not ready. And as Emma was saying, like classes, like that's a big thing for this season of missing classes. So we've been really flexible of meeting with professors and having Quinn help us and just kind of balancing academics, mental health, and athletics.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on to that, I think overall we're just trying to take it day by day and make each practice the best it can be, because we want to make sure that what we're doing is worth it and every day is worth it. And I think that a lot of that comes down to communication. And we have a group chat that goes 24/7 with the captains, and another one with the coaches, and a similar one with the whole team. And I feel like that's been a huge part of getting to where we are now, because we've been very focused on keeping that communication up and keeping everyone in the know about what's going on.
I feel like I've been making these interviews maybe a little too procedural, too cold. I mean, seriously, this is a silly question, but maybe it's the right one to ask. What are you guys looking forward to? Just getting back out to play games again. How about Erin? Maybe start with you.
Um, Honestly, I love bus rides. A lot of people don't, but I think it's so fun to see everybody in their own kind of element on the bus. And obviously, game days are one of my favorite overall memories at St. Mike's. And so just being able to be out there with everybody and, do what we love doing every day and putting goals in the net and just overall being together, which is something that was taken away from us. So I think just like what Jordy was saying, enjoying every moment that we have together.
Kaitlyn and Emma?
Yeah, definitely excited for game days and bus rides. I mean, I know for all of us, lacrosse is like our little escape, and it's nice to be out playing with our teammates, and we haven't been able to do that in so long. And after having our season canceled last year, obviously, as seniors, like our senior season, I just can't wait to play.
Yeah, I definitely miss the hype and like the rush of game day or the free game in the locker room. But just looking forward to playing against new faces and getting back on the field and playing with our team.
Absolutely. I think also it's just like the little things, right? It's like Emma and Kaitlyn and Erin have also said, like, it's the bus ride, it's the getting hype before games, it's like being in the locker room with all those nerves and like playing music as loud as we can just because we can, and like keeping those sort of traditions alive as a team this year. I think it's going to be really important, and making every moment count.
And that actually sort of goes to my last question, then I'll let you guys get out of here. But maybe we can start with Jordy on this. Do you have any expectations this year? Do you have any expectations for yourselves or for the team? Or is it basically, we're happy to be back, we're happy to have this opportunity right now?
I think first and foremost, it's like just happy to be here and take advantage of what we have. I think we are looking really good. We've got some great talent in the freshman class. And again, with our sophomores who we just haven't seen on the field in this way before. With scrimmages last year, we were on a roll, and I think that we can keep that up this weekend and into next week. And with our games starting on the 20th, it's like it's coming really fast, but I've got really high hopes for this season.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can bring. We have some really great talent in the younger players, and everybody who hasn't been able to play a game yet. I'm really excited for them to get out there and see what it's like. I don't know, playing in a college game is so much different than playing in high school. And since so many of our players haven't been able to do that yet, I'm just excited to see where they can go. I think our team has so much potential, and I think that we can be really successful this year.
Yeah, going off of that, I think we're all excited for our sub conference in the NE10. I think we're playing a really good competition. And like Kaitlyn was saying, like we have so much potential. We all know that we have so much potential. And we've just been focused on practices about hyping each other up and everything. And even like the freshmen hyping the seniors up, like it's just, we're all in like really good vibes right now at practice. And I'm just excited to see what everybody can bring to the field for the first game.
Yeah, going off of Emma about the conference, I think this is the first time where we're able to play the same team twice. And so being able to evaluate the first game and come back with more knowledge, I think will be really beneficial for us. And overall, just having fun every day. Like, I think that's a very important thing that we all need to bring to the field. And like Jordy was saying, just enjoy every single moment of it.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk about your season today. And obviously, we all wish you good luck as you get going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.